Sleepyhead. I was gonna try to do this video without the princess, but she was like, nah, I want to be in a video. And I was like, all right, you can be in a video. You can be in a video this time. Honestly. I didn't have a choice, honestly. Y'all know how that goes. Whatever she say goes, and it is what it is. This video is about growth. Speaking of growth, this one right here is going on 9 months. She's got teeth coming in. She's doing some babbling. She's doing some speed crawling. She's standing up in place. She's growing like a weed. I think she's gonna be tall and lanky like me. But it's just crazy. I want her to slow down a little bit. Like, I just stare at her, watch her grow every second, and I'm just like, all right, you slow down. But one thing I don't want to stop growing is my money. What's good, YouTube? I go by the name of Q if you're unfamiliar. If you are familiar, shout out to you. Welcome back to the channel. Growth, growth, and more growth. That's what we're talking about in this video. And I want to break a couple different scenarios down, and hopefully they make sense. I'm going to try not to lose you. If I do, I apologize in advance. But let me take you back really quick. 2019, I still had student loan debts, and I had a goal. I set a goal at the top of the year to pay $7,000 towards my student loans, and I met that goal. But I didn't meet that goal until October of 2019. So from January to October, that's a 10-month span. I put $7,000 towards my student loans. Goal accomplished. Fast forward, I became debt free March of 2020. On the very last day, March 31st, 2020, after I became debt free, that's when my emergency fund journey started. So I instantly began my emergency fund journey in April. So April, May, June, July. That's 4 months. And if y'all seen my last video, then y'all know that I crossed the $7,000 threshold on my emergency fund. So 10 months to pay $7,000 towards my student loans, and 4 months to save $7,000 in an emergency fund. What sticks out to you? I know some might say, oh, you just moved out, you're saving money on rent. Oh, you're debt free, you don't have to pay interest towards your student loans anymore. So that's a major factor. Both of those are facts, but that's the main point that I want to get into. Not paying interest. When interest works against you, we know how detrimental it is. When interest works for you, it's the best thing in the world. Compound interest on whatever money, whatever that percentage is, as long as it's working for you, it's the best thing in the world. When it's working against you, it's hurting you, right? To clear a couple things up, I did get a significant increase in my salary. So that's another reason why I was able to fast track where I am now. I also moved out, as y'all know, so I'm saving on rent, and I'm also debt free. So there are 3 significant factors, 3 major factors how I was able to fast track saving 7 versus spending 7. And that all ties back into growth. I took significant steps, made significant moves, used lots of resourcefulness to get to exactly where I am right now. And I'm still thinking of more ways. I'm still thinking of more ways, more solutions to fast track my way to exactly where I want to be, which is financial independence, financial freedom. If you know anything about the FIRE movement, here's an exclusive. I plan on retiring no later than 40. 42 max. We'll give myself 40, 42, somewhere around there. But not necessarily retiring, but you know, working if I choose to work. I'll have enough money in my investments to live off of. We'll get to that in another video. If you know anything about me, you know I'm big on the little things. I'm huge on the little things because I know what they can turn into. Let's go back to my emergency fund. I keep my emergency fund in a high yield savings account with Ally. Ally is an online bank. They pay a 1% interest rate currently. And this is not a plug. This is not a plug. I wish it was a plug, but that's not the case. 1% interest rate. And that's way better than the 0.002% that my big bank gives me. I bank with TCF, and you can bet your bottom dollar I keep $0 in that savings account, because for what? For what? When I could just put my bread in a high yield savings account and get way more bang for my buck. I've been banking with Ally since January of this year, and I'm thoroughly pleased. Like, I have no complaints at all. I have no complaints. And like I said, this is not a sponsor. I wish it was, but that's not the case. I'm going to get into some interest payments that I've received since January, and then we'll get back into my growth philosophy, which isn't really a philosophy. It's just what it is. It's just something that I want each and every one of y'all to comprehend and take advantage of. January, 3 cents. February, 3 cents. March, 6 cents. April, 13 cents. May, $2.94. June, $4.98. July, $5.64. And ain't no telling what August is going to put me at, but I know it's going to be higher than July. So that's the compounding effect. That's the growth I'm talking about. That's a total of $13.81, all passive. I had to do nothing but leave my money in the bank, and my money made me money. Now, I know $13.81 ain't a lot. I can hear some people talking right now. That's not a lot of money, but it is a lot when you see the effects of compound interest working for you. This is not even an investment account. This is just a regular savings account. I have 4 other accounts that I have my money parked in, and I haven't shared it on here, but I'll get into that in future videos. I have a 401k, I have a Roth IRA now, I have a Robinhood account, and an M1 Finance account. Those are all investment accounts that are still working for me, along with my high yield savings account. I haven't shared that. I'm thinking of trying to come up with a cool way to introduce that and produce that. And like I said, I don't have much time these days to kind of make the high quality videos that I want with all the details and juicy stuff, but I'm doing my best with what I have. $13.81 that I didn't have to work for. That's going to continue to grow as I continue to put money in there, and that interest rate continues to work in my favor. I want to conclude this video by saying I advocate for the little things mainly because it keeps me humble. It keeps me very, very humble. I can always look back and be like, man, I remember having $5 to my name, having no gas in my car, and having to figure out, okay, I could buy a McDouble and I could put the I could put the rest on pump 4. Like, that's where I come from. That's where I come from. And it took me a little time to figure out my situation, but I got it figured out now, and I want to help as many people as I can, no matter where you are, no matter where I am. If I'm all the way up here, I'm still going to be reaching back. I'm still going to be reaching back no matter what, because I believe we can all do it. I know for a fact we can all do it. Just start small. Start with what you have where you are, and I guarantee you, as long as you don't stop, the sky is the limit. You could, if there's something above the sky, you can go past that. You can go way beyond that, and that's a fact. As long as you stick with it, man, just focus. That's been my main. Matter of fact, it's been 2 major factors. 2 major factors. Patience is one thing. Patience is the most important thing, honestly. After patience is focus. It's literally focus, and I have an acronym for that. I didn't make this up. You know, some of you might have heard it, but focus is follow one course until successful. So this is your lane, right in between my hands. This is your lane. Stay there and just keep going straight. Don't try to hop over into this lane. Don't try to hop over into this lane. If it happens, check yourself, because I fell victim to that. I talked about the shiny object syndrome. Like, I fell victim to that. I'll see something, stop what I'm doing, and then go try that. And then I'll see something else, stop what I'm doing, and go try that. And that did nothing but slow me down. Like, that whole slow and steady wins the race is cliche as hell, but it's a fact. It's a fact. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. And it's not a race. It's a marathon. The marathon continues. And that's just what it is. Like this video if you like it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I go by the name of Q. And like I always say, if Q can make it happen, you can make it happen. You can make it happen. I'll holler at y'all next video. Peace.